Oh, I saw the Pokimane thing, which was crazy that their editors, that the people who worked on that podcast made the decision not to air an episode with Hasan, which is wild. Really wild. I liked the phrasing of restructuring. I'm like, that's very business speak. What was that about? I mean, basically Hasan did an episode of their podcast when they were all in France together, and without notifying Pokimane and Lily, who are it's their podcast, the podcast team decided to, I don't know who, and it's like, I don't know who it was. I shouldn't say the editors. I don't know whose decision it was, but basically they put out a statement saying, given everything like happening with Hasan, we've decided not to release the episode. And it looked like it was coming from Pokey and Lily. And so a lot of people were upset with them and were initially thinking that this was their decision. And then Pokey went on Twitter and was like, this was not us, which is crazy that it's their podcast and people who work for them on their podcast made that decision, but under the Sweet and Sour umbrella. It's just such a constant shit show, you know? And it sucks. It sucks for Pokey. It sucks for Lily, but especially Pokey because she already is somebody who deals with a lot of harassment, and people just love to hate her. And so now this is a mess that shouldn't have happened. The episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused to upload it out of fear that it would cause drama, and also posted the statement without my approval. So it's like, this really, this became now a huge thing because, as I said, initially people thought this was Pokey and Lily because they saw this update. Hey, Taste Buds, this is a tough one to write, but we wanted to give you all a heads up that we're unfortunately going to be missing our first scheduled Saturday video tomorrow. We've been watching the recent drama unfold concerning our guest, and it's been getting intense. We had a serious talk as a crew, and we all agreed that it did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode at this moment in time. Our community is our favorite thing, and the reason we do this is to create a space that's comfy as always and a true escape. We do not want to impact the cozy atmosphere we've all built together. Thanks for always supporting our vision for a fun, positive place to hang out. See you all next week, Sweet and Sour staff. Now, it does say staff, but a lot of people saw this, and this was before Pokey then put out this tweet, and it just caused a shit show. And then her being honest and saying like, hey, we did not approve this. We're going to talk about everything on this week's episode and go on a hiatus afterwards to restructure. And then it just created even more drama. So this is what I mean by like, I know things have been contentious on the platform and contentious between streamers, but it really feels like we've reached maximum capacity. Did they delete the episode? No, it was just not posted. I don't know if it was deleted. Restructure, somebody is getting axed. I mean, this is absurd. Why can't Pokimane and Lily post it themselves? Do they not have access to their podcast YouTube channel? They probably, I mean, look, Sam and I's podcast was not nearly the size that their podcast is. We were a very small team, but our editor was still the one who posted the episodes. Like if I wouldn't know how to do that. If our editor had gone rogue in this way, I would not have known how to post an episode of the podcast. I'd be like, what's the login? Where do I go? What do I do? People are attacking her now for not condemning Hasan. Yeah. So I just keep shaking my head. I just keep shaking my head. Do you condemn Hasan Piker? Is really the new condoming hummus. Do you condom Hasan? Well, I mean, this is actually super helpful information. It just seems weird at first as an outsider. Yeah, the reason that I'm mentioning this too, is because if you were on the internet today, maybe you saw hate towards Pokey and Lily because it seemed like they decided to pull this episode that they had Hasan on. I just want you to know the full story here, which is that it was not their decision and they did not approve this. And the episode was supposed to air. And now they're getting heat because they aren't condemning Hasan and because they were planning to post this episode. So it's like just getting shit from all corners. I know Hasan has haters, but I didn't know it was this bad till this happened. I think this is really revealing. It's why, too, we've told him, like, listen, dude, you have to understand that you now are a person who will make global news. Your dog will make global news. This is not something where if you see people coming into chat, if you see clips, you're like, oh, whatever, it's not a big deal. Like, unfortunately, it becomes the biggest deal. It's crazy. It's crazy, but that's how it goes. It's like when we've had conversations with him about just security and safety and stuff, because I don't know. I mean, I think it would be mentally very tough to fully realize just how many enemies you have and how many people viciously hate you. I get an ounce of this, but I will tell you that I try to, there have been times that I just kind of try to pretend it doesn't exist, because if you think about it too much, it can wreck you. It can just really fuck with you. He always talks about government ops. I thought he was being sarcastic and funny, but no, it's true. I mean, this is like, he has enemies, not just on the streaming platform, like in the United States government, in the Israeli government, like global, powerful political enemies. So anywho, just to explain what this whole situation was, please do not, not that I think people in this community would do that. I would hope you wouldn't, but please don't participate in any like calling out of Pokimane or Lily, because this was not them. It was also weird how a lot of other Hasan fans were jumping Pokey like she betrayed him. Even if the original statement was Pokey's words, it's understandable for her to want to shield her community. Yeah, I just, I guess that's the other thing I'll say is like Hasan fans or people who feel protective towards him or upset with this whole situation. I understand, but also, please don't do the thing where you are immediately jumping on content creators who haven't said anything, or who, I mean, in this situation, it's like, it does say sweet and sour staff. Maybe wait a second. Maybe wait a second before calling Pokey and Lily out, because I think the wording here should have given you enough pause to be like, what's going on? See, we had a serious talk as a crew, sweet and sour staff. So I think a lot of people saw this and then immediately went, oh, fuck them. And the other thing too, here's what you should know. Here's what you should know about Hasan. Hasan tells people in his life not to say anything. That's what he says. And it's not going to, some people will still say stuff, but like even though sometimes he doesn't seem to understand just how deep hatred and resentment towards him goes and how vast it is. He's very protective of people in his life, and he will say, don't say anything. The entire comment section of her post is just pure hatred. I know. I mean, I know. And I've seen Ray getting attacked a lot. And it's just like, my God, anybody who gets in the middle of the warpath is just being hunted down by these rabid, wild people online. As I said the first day I talked about this, so one of the reasons too that he's like, please don't say anything. Like, I want you to, I'm trying to protect you by telling you not to say anything, is because it doesn't matter. It's not going to change what people who are incentivized to run with moments like this and run this moment into the ground, who hate him no matter what. It's not going to change their opinions, and it just opens the door for insane amounts of harassment towards you. No matter what you say, you aren't going to change their minds. This has been like an ongoing thing. Anytime he's been attacked, he does not want people close to him to jump in, because he feels like then he needs to protect them from what is going to be the inevitable outcome of that harassment being sent their way. I mean, I get that too, because I have said this to Will before. There have been some moments when I've been under attack, and I have explicitly said to him, please do not say anything. So that is because my calculation is it will only make it worse, and I don't want you to be dealing with this. I will deal with this. I will get through, and I don't want you to jump in here. I love the wanting to defend not just your streamer on the basis of them being your streamer, but because the attacks are so bad faith and are very clearly with the intent of delegitimizing the types of, the issues that I advocate for. But I will tell you all the time, don't waste your time battling it out in the comment section. It's not going to be good for your mental health. It's not going to do anything. At this point, too, you might be battling with bots. You might just be fighting Nazi bots, and ain't no way any good is going to come from that.